everybody, I'm Ryo Shimizu, the Deputy Chief Engineer of the new generation Mirai. Today I'd like to talk a little bit about this new generation Mirai. As you can see, it's a very good looking car now. It drives very well. We have now a longer range, and it's basically a reborn of a Mirai. We had 4 points. Number one is the styling. We really wanted to achieve an emotional design that attracts people's eyes. Second is the driving performance. We really wanted to add some added value so that FCEV fuel cell vehicle driving performance can be more attractive to a lot of our customers so that we can achieve the fun to drive. Third is the better comfort. We wanted to overcome some of the points that we could not satisfy our customers on the current generation. And lastly is the very basic of a fuel cell vehicle. We wanted to add more driving range. So first of all, the styling. As you can see, it's a lot lower on the new generation. The reason we could do that is on the current generation, as you know, the fuel cell stack stands underneath the front row seat. So thanks to our FC unit development, they did a really great job. They made this unit very small so that now we can install the fuel cell stack unit in the front. Now I'd like to explain a little bit onto the performance of the car. So if you get on this car, you'll probably feel that it's a very, very smooth car and also a very exciting car. The reason behind it is, first of all, the power of the fuel cell stack system. The power has increased from 113 kilowatt to 134 kilowatts. So that's almost a 20% increase in the power performance of our new generation stack. Thanks to a big motor, it gives you that very good kick when you put the accelerator on during your driving. Also, the weight distribution, the front axle to rear axle weight distribution is almost 50-50. And then low center of gravity and also a very centralized center of gravity will give you that good handling performance. On top of that, we have a very good body structure that gives you that good driving performance from the body rigidity. We added a lot of reinforce in the rear section that gives you that very, very good rigid rear section of the body. So we think this body is probably the best rigid car or rigid body in all Toyota models. Being a fuel cell vehicle, it's very, very quiet, a lot more quieter than the current generation. So the reason behind that is because we managed to move the stack unit from underneath the seat to the front. Basically, the noise has moved away from the cabin. That's number one. Number two, the guys in our development did a really, really good job. They basically managed to make a quieter unit of each component, like the air pump or the hydrogen pump. So each of those components got quieter. And also thanks to the JL platform, because it's being used for the Lexus models, we managed to do a lot of silencers in the cabin so that we can basically shut out all the noises that come from outside. So on the other hand, this being a quiet car, we added a sound system on this car. So it's called the Active Sound Creator. So there's a little button on the driver's seat side that activates a sound system. So we do have 2 different sounds, which gives you a different emotion during your driving. So please just experience the sound. It's really interesting. It gives you this last kind of emotion to your driving performance. All those points is the summary of the driving performance. But of course, words means nothing. So please get on the car. You'll probably love this performance of the car and the quietness of the car. So please get on the car. This Mirai, of course, it's a fuel cell. So that feature of a fuel cell vehicle that would breathe in a lot of air is going through a very, very high performance air filter. So the air that is exhausting is a lot cleaner than what it is breathing in. this car, of course, it does not produce any carbon dioxide, but also as it runs, basically it's cleaning the atmosphere air. So it's not just a zero, but it's also, we call it a minus emission car. So we made this meter, this gauge will move as you put your pedal onto the throttle. So it's almost like a tachometer, as I mentioned, or even like a turbo boost meter that gives you that little emotion when you do your driving. It's expandable. This gives you more detail. This also shows how much breathing air of a human being has been cleaned. So this car has already cleaned a total of 728 kiloliters, which is worth of 40 men or women breathing air each year. The longer you drive, the more you will clean air, so the more people will count up in this screen. So it's a very unique gauge or a unique feature, but this can only be done by a fuel cell vehicle. And now that we're saying that this car is a driver's car, and we really want the customers to enjoy the driving performance of the car, I hope this little meter can give you that a little extra emotion to your driving performance.